So, back out again. It's been raining here past couple of days. Let's see. The gas is still where it was, except for diesel's gone back up 20 cents again. Should be going up more here soon, as we'll be getting through our reserves and our last shipment of oil and everything. Seen that. Go get it, bud. That, we're in another ceasefire. Well, till apparently the 22nd. We'll see how long that lasts. Still, the terms of the, what everyone's wanting is, and what they're saying they're supposed to be on the table is just all over the place. So who really knows what's going on? The blockade that they decided to do on the strait now, I think is them just, since it was closed down, they decided we're just going to block it to try and make it look like we're in control. And them saying they're not going to let anything go through in or out now is, that whole waterway. It's not just Iran's area; it's other countries use that too. So, the logic there just doesn't make any sense. And China gets their oil, I guess, from Iran, and they're also saying, they'll stop any ships that go on there. And if we try to damage any of China's ships or board them or anything like that, that's further going to escalate things, because China ain't going to put up with that. Come here. Go. Oh, sorry, bud. So we'll see how that goes, because, if we do anything to China ships, that, they'll send their navy over, I'm sure. That'll just further escalate things. See, again, the whole, that keep repeating that, we've destroyed Iran's navy. They don't have any ships left, but yet they got ships out there. Kind of a weird thing. And then, just I don't know. The whole thing is just madness. Hopefully they can get it all calmed down. Everyone figure something out, but with the egotistical people involved, that not very likely. I don't know. But yeah, it's been raining here the past couple of days, so see the clouds behind me there. That looks like they're getting moving. It's supposed to possibly rain today. Got more over there. So I got Otis out here to hurry up while it's still decent enough weather for him to play, because he hasn't been able to get out lately. So he's been kind of depressed, not being able to come out and play. So I decided to get him out before it rains again. I haven't been able to work out, because I do my kettlebell and calisthenics just right outside. Suppose I could work out in the rain if I wanted to, but yeah, maybe if I was 18 again or something like that and a knucklehead, wouldn't mind, but I'll be all right. I'll just do a longer workout when I can. Good job, bud. So I'll do that if I able to today. See what kind of more concerned what's going on with Iran and stuff. Just normally don't care about news, and because it's usually just nonsense, but since that specifically also is gonna have a global effect, and I'm wanting to go over to, that kind of region almost of. It's probably getting something I want to pay attention to, and also the prices. Like, I'm gonna have to look at how much it's gonna cost me to get over there now, especially if the stuff escalates more. Kind of curious how this will turn out. No matter what, it's kind of like COVID. I say it. The prices went up during that, and they just kind of stayed up. Like, they didn't need to stay high afterwards. But they figured, people are already used to paying these prices now. We'll just leave them where they're at. So I think that same thing's going to happen here. Like, it's like $4.39 is going to be the new low that gas is at now here. That's just always how that seems to work. Okay, you want to go? Oh, almost, bud. Yeah, it just doesn't ever seem to go back down. So I seen that, someone sent me this link because I made a comment before that. I wonder if they, were just blockading the strait to make it look like we were in control of it. Someone sent me a link because I commented on this other YouTube channel, and someone sent me a link to this guy. They were talking about is like that, just a bootlicker basically. I'll say that, like, they're like, oh yeah, it's Trump's master plan. Like, yeah, he played like this Uno reverse card, and I went on this just whole thing about, it's a genius idea, and like they got people coming to our country now to buy oil to, from us, from the oil we do produce. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna be a boom to our economy, but it's not. It's not gonna do anything for our economy. It's just gonna help out the people who already control those oil, that they're gonna get money. Like, we ain't gonna do anything for us. Like, because I don't know how they think that's gonna help our economy. Like, it's just gonna help the people who own the oil. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, there's not the brightest people out there that, especially they all think like, they're going through the comments on there, like, military and strategic, like, genius and all that. I don't know if they're talking about Trump or who are they trying to refer to, but it kind of seemed like they were trying to refer to Trump. Like, probably not a military genius, like, or strategic or any of that. Like, especially, when you fire all your military advisors, like, that, it's not very bright. It doesn't make you a military genius or strategic genius in any way, just because they were all very much against ground invasion. And basically, from what's been reported, is that's why they were all fired. And they wanted yes men, basically. Yeah, and then there was another thing that, what was it, that Trump was talking something about, some reporter about, nuclear bombs. Like, yeah, if you want to see the economy get decimated, what if they were to drop a couple of nuclear bombs in the U.S. or anywhere else? It's like, and everyone's like, yeah, he's talking about nuking Iran. I'm like, he never actually said that. So it's kind of, I guess both sides, as it were, they just putting a lot of embellishment into things. I'm like, not saying that it wouldn't be a thing he would consider, given his personality, but like, from what he said, he never said he's gonna nuke Iran. In that little interview from that segment that showed them that, but they specifically said, look right here, he just said he's gonna nuke Iran. I'm like, he didn't actually say that. But, like, that's just them projecting their own thoughts into it. Trying to, it's like everyone tries to, if you hit them on things, on goofy little things, or put some like embellishment and stuff into the stuff and put your own opinions and like anything else you talk about. Like I say, you're going to sound stupid. No one's going to want to listen to anything because, like, well, you said like this and that and this and that. So I don't care about what you say about this. Like, even if there's one thing you say is true because you put all the nonsense into the other things, right? So people just report like they used to. They just simply tell you what was said. They didn't put their thoughts, their opinions, and their embellishments and things in there, and trying to tell you what you should think. Like, oh, I'm going to interpret this as this, so this means this. Like, they used to just, hey, this is what happened. This is what's said. That was it. Like, that's kind of a problem with mainstream media, is that, it became more of a entertainment thing. Like, them saying what they think or telling you how you should think or feel about something. It's not their place. And that's one of the things I like about YouTube is more people who just simply report, news like it was supposed to be done. But now you're getting people still like, I say on one of the sides that, oh, I'm going to try and push this agenda or that agenda or anything else. And I say that it's my whole problem with politics anyway, is especially any kind of political ideology, it just warps people's minds. And I don't know, it's never any good for getting actual information out, because when people interject their own thoughts into things, nothing's like actual concrete fact. It's just what they think. Now, if you go on and you say, hey, this is what I think it could be this, but when they say, hey, this is what he just did this, but like say Trump saying that thing about nukes being dropped in here would destroy the economy, that's not wrong. That would pretty mess with the economy, obviously, if everyone's economy, if the nukes were to go off anywhere in the world. So that's not wrong. And I'm not saying Trump is right in any way in anything, but it's not wrong. But also, it's not right to say he just threatened, he's going to nuke Iran. Like, it's not at all what he said. So, you gotta hit people where you can. Don't try and embellish stuff or anything like that, because you just sound like moron, in my opinion. Because I won't trust anything anyone says when I see them just start going off on things that, like, I don't know where you're getting this from. It's like that show The Other Guys, when Mark Wahlberg's character keeps coming up with all these crazy things, like, oh, they're like Colombian drug lords that coming to do whatever, and Will Ferrell's like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, where are you getting this information from? That's kind of the little thought that goes through my head when I see some people just come up with all this outlandish stuff. Like, it's like, I don't know where you're getting that from. Like, all right. Anyway, for myself, say I haven't been able to work out past couple of days because it's been raining. So that's been kind of a bummer for me. Been studying though, Vietnamese more. He hasn't been able to play, so that's been boring for him. So I got him out here now. He can play while the weather is still good. It looks like these clouds are kind of, I don't know which way they're going exactly, but I might rain. It's at least the forecast says it's like a 20 or 30% chance of raining a little later when I usually work out. So figure I'll at least get him out, because I can just do some digital art or study my language and be somewhat entertained, whereas he'll just have to sit there, and he's happy just to lay here. Like, he's just happy to be outside. He's easy to please, except for his food. He's been very picky about his food lately, because I usually will make his dinners. Like I'll, get like chicken hearts, gizzards, some chicken liver and all that, and I'll cook it all, blend it all up, put it in like little freezer bags and for him, and pull out some for whatever he needs for that day and for the next couple of days, and however I kind of usually put them in 1 pound things. So, but he doesn't like any other dog food. He won't even touch dry food. He won't really touch like those logs of food you see that look like big things of like bologna like things. Sometimes he'll eat them. He'll eat certain canned food sometimes. Like he's a little spoiled. I've cooked one too many good meals for him. I think that he kind of sits there and looks at this. He's like, "What the hell? Where's my sauce?" Like, it's just some canned dog food. You expect me to eat that like I'm some kind of animal? Bud. He's a kind of a spoiled dog, but I guess that's not the worst thing in the world, right? I think the clouds are moving away, so that's good. Because off in this direction, there is not much. I think I should be able to do my workout later this afternoon, which will be nice. I'll have to do an additional add-on for the past couple of days I've missed, but that's not a problem. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious how's the gas going for everyone else? Like, the only thing that's moved here is the diesel's gone back up 20 cents again. The regular gas, the unleaded, is still holding where it was for now. But say that about tomorrow, I think, is the day that we're supposed to get our last bit of oil in. So we'll see how that goes after that. I don't think it'll be like tomorrow. If gas prices go up, I think it'll probably be, a week or so once we use all that we gotten in. I don't know how much comes on them, so I'm not real sure. Maybe it'll be a couple of days or going out trying to find things to do is kind of a pain. So my vehicle's still all messed up. I can't really even drive it at all, is because they had towed my car and I had just had the lift on there, and they dragged it out and it seemed to screw up the lift, like the suspension and stuff, because even driving about 20 miles an hour, it starts getting this real bad wobble because it's a Jeep. So they have this thing called a death wobble, but you usually don't get that until all higher speeds. But it seems like they screwed something up on there when they towed it, because like 20 miles an hour will start wobbling. So however much that's going to cost me to get that fixed, it's kind of a pain. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today, is just my thoughts on that and how I think that, we'll see what happens to this blockade. Maybe they'll come up with an agreement, but I don't feel as if it would be likely with the personalities involved, and especially if we touch any of China's ships, that's really going to escalate things, and things going on with Russia that I guess I wasn't real sure. I kind of semi listening to this thing about something they were doing about amping up their stuff against Ukraine or something like that. Wasn't real sure so yeah, that's just a lot of that. Just kind of seems like a setup for another world war, possibly. And I say, if there's another world war and then the fuel shortage and everything else, and already civil unrest here and prices going up and all that, there'll probably be a civil war here. So Yeah, those are my concerns. Like, this is kind of the extreme things, but things I think about. So I've been stocking up on like some, I say, an extra little water, a little extra food, dog food for him. He won't really eat it, but I figure when he doesn't have anything else, if anything, he'll have to learn to eat it when there's nothing else for him. Uh, but I will leave here. I'll go finish playing with him and hopefully get my workout in today. I'll study some language and or do some language study, I guess I should say, and then do some digital art stuff for the rest of the day and hang out until I say I got about a month before I have my court date, before I can finally leave this place. It's kind of dumb they set it out for so long, but it's, it's our justice system. It's slow, incompetent, corrupt. So, makes sense. But hopefully everyone else's day is good, and hopefully everything calms down in this crazy world. We'll see you later.